Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting segment of Safir TV's special series on Hajj, a journey of a lifetime. We left off with Mina. We completed a few rituals. Now what? Now we're going to go back and do a repeat Tawaf, but it's different. It's slightly different. It's called something different, and it's oh so very important. Let's find out a little bit more from our pilot, from our Shaykh, our Hajj expert, inshallah. Shaykhna, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
You've explained Mina very nicely in the previous episode. On Eid day, there was quite a few important tasks we needed to do. Can we chill now? Can we relax now? Or do we, because you did allude to the fact that there was another tawaf. Oh, I did, especially to the brothers and sisters. And it's a very important one. So it's called, if I can take it away from you, Tawaf al-Nissa, Tawaf al-Hajj and Tawaf al-Nissa. The differences, please, and the importance.
Very good. So now once on the day of Eid, three things have been done.
Yeah.
We mentioned throwing pebbles, 7 pebbles to the biggest shaitan.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second one is slaughtering the animal, and the third is to shave. So here now you have option. You are using the word chilling out.
Yeah.
So now can we relax? Can we just take a tour, see what is in Mina?
We've done a lot, let's be honest.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can we relax? Because yes, there's a lot of walking, especially for some people where the tents are.
Sure.
It's quite a distance to walk from where they are to come to Jamarat and then going back. So now here you have option. Either you can continue to do one thing which is very important, and that is to go back to Mecca.
How far is Mina from Mecca, please? Roughly.
Roughly, let me mention in a very simple way of walking for the people who have taken the walk.
Sure.
So it is about 2 hours walk.
All right. Okay.
Remember, the sun is so hot.
Yeah.
And you want to go Mecca and then come back, you have to sleep in Mina.
Okay.
So now you need to put all this into consideration.
Sure.
Some young people, energetic people, men and women like yourself, they decide, no, we have finished the 3 wajibat, obligatory acts on the day of Eid. Let's go Mecca, perform the Tawaf of Hajj. Once you have done, so if we say now, someone has decided, no, I'm going Mecca,
right.
I'm going to do Tawaf of Hajj, which is wajib, it's obligatory. When you come to Mecca, you do Tawaf around Al-Kaaba 7 times. You have to pray 2 rakats behind Maqam Ibrahim, this particular area, or wherever you can find the space.
Sure.
Then you go to Sa'i.
Yes.
Safa and Marwa, 7 times. Once you finish this, your obligation of what is known as Tawaf of a Hajj has been done.
So the first part, Tawaf al-Hajj, is now complete. Tick that box.
Yes.
And I've noticed it's exactly the same thing what we've already done previously.
Exactly. Okay. It is the same. It's the title which changes.
Right.
Once you have done that, now you have another option. There is a Tawaf which you have mentioned it, Tawaf al-Nissa.
Okay.
Can I do it today? Or let me go back to Mina, stay there, I'll come back tomorrow, I'll come back the day after tomorrow. It's up to you.
That's a lot of traveling.
Yes.
For some.
For some, yes. So some young people, strong people, they decide, once I have done my Tawaf of Hajj, let me again do Tawaf al-Nissa.
Why is it called that?
Tawaf al-Nissa is known as Tawaf al-Nissa because it's Tawaf which is connected with marriage.
Okay.
Husband, wife, they go for Hajj. Your husband is there, your wife is there, she's not there. You have to do it because it's one of the rituals of Hajj. The Holy Prophet ﷺ did it. So now, Tawaf al-Nisa, Tawaf of women. It's known as Tawaf of women, but all need to do this, men and women. When you do Tawaf of Nisa, you have again to go 7 times around Al-Kaaba.
Okay.
Pray 2 rakats behind Maqam Ibrahim, and then you go, you do Sa'i, now Hajj. For you, the part of Tawaf is done.
So, Shaykh, I just want to kind of quickly recap and understand well, I'll check my understanding, and hopefully that helps the brothers and sisters out there as well. So whenever we do a tawaf, it's seven circles. Whenever we finish the tawaf, it's a 2 rakat namaz. And then you go to sa'i, Safa and Marwa. And that's your Tawaf al-Hajj. Complete, you tick that box. But Tawaf al-Nissa is similar, where again 7 times, so that's the constant. And then you do a 2 rakat namaz after that. Then do you have to go to sa'i again for Tawaf al-Nissa?
Okay, no. For Tawaf al-Nissa, once you have done the 7 circuits, 7 circumambulation around Al-Kaaba.
I'm never going to use that word, don't worry.
All right. Once you have done that, you pray 2 rakats of prayers behind Maqam Ibrahim or any place nearby. Once you have done that, Tawaf al-Nisa has been done.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've said before that we do it because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did it. And that's absolutely fine. I totally get that. But what is the philosophy? What's the reasoning behind Tawaf al-Nisa? You've said it's to do with marriage, it's to do with man and woman, but what does it allow you to do, sort of?
Now, for any Hajj, according to Islamic understanding, correct understanding from Rasulullah and Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, if someone who is married goes for Hajj, does all the wajibat, obligatory acts of Hajj, and he doesn't do Tawaf al-Nisa, he will not be allowed to be in touch, sexual intercourse with the wife.
Forever.
Until he has done it again.
Oh my gosh. So what if somebody forgotten to do it?
Yeah, so it is important. Wow. He has to do it. If he hasn't done it, then if he's still in Makkah or Medina, he has to go to do it himself. Or otherwise, he can send someone to do it on his behalf. Let's say someone decided, I forgot, and I left Makkah, I have left Medina, he's on the way back. Then he comes to know, I didn't do Tawaf al-Nisa. He has to assign someone to go and do Tawaf al-Nisa on his behalf.
That is vital.
Indeed.
Very important. Right, okay. So, and it's simple, just 7 circuits, 2 rakat namaz, and you're back, business as usual.
Sure.
Alrighty. Let's talk about timing. On the day of Eid, we've done those 3 acts already. How long do you think that would take a normal, average person? Would he be finished about 12 noon?
It depends. It depends, number one, where do you stay? So, for example, these tents, which we see them on the pictures in Mina, it depends where do you stay. For some people, especially people who go from Europe and America and Canada and Australia, there is a section for their tents, which is very far from where they are to Jamarat, where you go to throw pebbles to the shaitan.
Okay.
So now, let's say if it happens, they walk and it's too much for them. They reach, for example, the area, they throw the stones to the shaitan. But then they think, can we go back and then come next day? Because next day you have to be here again to throw pebbles to shaitan.
Okay.
And if they think that, you know what, we cannot be able to do that, we have to stay near the area, then it's up to them for them to stay wherever they are. But at the moment, there are tents assigned where you can go back to your tents and then you can come back.
So that you're basically mentioned that it's to do with the logistics.
Exactly.
Really. Like if you were next door, you find it easier to get back and forth, go down to Mecca and do your tawafs and you're sorted, you're done and dusted. But can you wait till the next day or the following days? Is that allowed?
For you, after finishing those 3 acts of worship on the day of Eid, and if you don't want to go back to Makkah, you have to stay in Mina to wait for the next day, because there is another business of throwing shaitan to 3 jamarat, to three shaitan altogether.
Okay.
Remember, on the day of Eid, that is the 10th, we did only 1 shaitan. So the 11th and the 12th, you are going to throw all the 3 shaitan with the pebbles.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
I'm almost getting confused, Shaykh.
okay.
Step by step, I'm a little bit slow when it comes to this stuff.
Okay.
I have a few questions here that I'd like to ask you. Run through them really quickly, if I
Okay.
may. Okay, so is it permissible to start with sa'i before the tawaf during Hajj, in case there's like congestion in the tawaf, if that makes sense?
Now we are talking about sa'i before the tawaf. No, sequentially you're not allowed to do that.
It invalidates it?
Yeah, it
Okay.
invalidates because when you mention tawaf, it is as a package, as you have said. So it has to go accordingly. So you can't start sa'i before tawaf.
Sure. This one you've already answered, but I'll say it again for our audience's benefit. Is it permissible to delay the Tawaf al-Hajj until the 11th and 12th day? You said yes, it is.
Yes.
Then here's another question. Is it permissible to delay the sa'i until the 11th and 12th day as well? Because they're one package. Or can you do the Tawaf, the 7 circles, do your 2 rakat namaz, go back to Mina, and then maybe come back on the 11th or 12th day to do the sa'i? Is that allowed?
You're allowed not to delay it as too much. So once you have finished your 2 rakats of namaz, some people, for example, they want to go to the hotel where they stay in Mecca.
Okay.
You can go to your hotel. You can change, for example, your clothing. You can come back and you can do your sa'i, no problem. But don't delay it for quite a long time. You can do it the same day. Let's say you finish at dhuhr time. You want to come maghrib. You can do it. No problem with that.
Well, this next question is probably the last one I'm going to ask you. Is it permissible to delay the tawaf and sa'i after the 12th day? Because I keep saying 11th, 12th, 11th, 12th. But what about after the 12th days? Are you allowed to delay it after?
Okay. Now, why the 12th?
Yeah.
The 12th is the last day where you are supposed to be in Mina.
Okay.
So the day of Eid, let's go this way. The day of Eid, you did 3 acts. The 11th day, you have to go and do again other acts. And the 12th. Once the 12th is done, then you have to come back to Makkah. If you did your Tawaf al-Hajj and Tawaf al-Nissa, which we spoke, then when you come back to Makkah, you don't have any obligation act to do. So you will be just doing all the recommendations, praying at the masjid, looking at al-Kaaba, do istighfar, stay here. All those things are recommended.
Sure.
But if you didn't do it on the day of Eid or the next day, then once you come back from Mina on the 12th day, then you have to do Tawaf of Hajj completely as well as Tawaf al-Nissa.
Shaykhna, thank you very much. Another exciting episode full of information. Ladies and gentlemen, dear brothers and sisters, just when you thought we were done with Mina, oh no, Shaykh tried to get me there, but I need more time. So we're going to discuss Mina in a bit more detail because there's a lot more to do. Until we meet again, take care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.